Hi everyone, Ogambo Chia Ori Ochia Joli. I am specifically speaking to you who is watching us right now. I'm very ecstatic, I'm very happy. A certain friend of mine that I've been calling for over 20 years, no, 20 for over like 3 years, ajja ku channel nga tajja leero agambye nti katusareko. Ekimulese crime of passion.
Hello, how are you? It's good to be here with Joy and Parvin.
Joy they know and love. Now they must be wondering who's the lady in pink. Introduce yourself.
Beauty. Hi, I'm Mercy Natukunda. I'm the CEO of Style City. What else?
She's the CEO of Style City. She got into content of late.
Yes.
Posting her content muyitirivu. She tells us stories of what's going on, you know, because she's you know close to, you know,
everything in town,
because that's where the big
activities are happening.
Exactly. So yeah, she gets in touch, lets us know kumutimbagano, also lifestyle and all that, the things that happen on social media.
Yeah, and business as well. Like just
I actually saw you talking about, you could do that. I saw you talking about business and abantu abatwala ebintu ba shipping agents engeri gye baba tutawanyamu. You know, I started Nyabo Lane recently. We started together. But I fear because she's like the godmother of this whole thing. She's like the godmother of this whole thing. Like she initiated me into the business world. But because I do what she told me, I have never trusted any shipping agent. Yeah. We usually put our things kunyonyi. Kubanga oli shiwa bigenda kutuukako.
Oh, okay.
Detail that.
So, I had been having issues with, you know how when you're in a certain profession, let's say our business, wabedawo certain things that of course come short. Like you don't expect them when you start a business. Obeda ne high goals, ngogamba ngenda kola profit yamanyi. Yeah, like, and the last thing on your mind would be a shipping agent taking your things or not even receiving the stock that you have really been praying for. You've saved up for that money because even people don't have capital per se. Like, obeda unga capital, and then you save up that little money, million bidi. Ebintu byabiwadde shipping agent nebitatuuka. Banange, it kills like the whole vibe of the whole business. For some reason, like kati nga bateka ku container ngo inako sente ntono like million bidi, you put ka stock katono ku container because you cannot of course load the whole container yet. But now that kalito stock kubeerako like the owner of the container. So by the time go ogenda okufunira ebintu byo oyinza n'obutafuna because the person says I don't know about your things tebyabaddemu. You get stories like that. Nenga, the truth of the matter is also the other one doesn't know where the things like nanyini container batamanyi. Nayenga omuntu gowawe ebintu byo ye yakukoze obwo. Yeah, like it's very bad, and that our own people will batch to kola because you go there and when you're in a foreign country you always trust someone who at least
of home
you share a language with no gamba on at least asola kunkola with na mom
bazibo muko. I saw you for those of you who do not know, Joy, I feel like we are boring you. But before we go into our topic today,
the
first time that I went to China, I went with her, and I remember twali kuchisawe naba China ne basoka ne bamuze bali ne bamubuza madam ononye eche China. She's ever kunyonyi because she would rather go for her things than put them so katina kulabye ngogamba personal shopping, like could you detail more about that?
Yes. So I'm doing business shopping. Personal, okay. Personal is ebintu byo. Nayenga bya business. Simbo personal for home, no for business. Like ngenda tunda. I'm starting a business. I have this business I've been looking at. I want to start hair. I want to start undergarments. I want to start whatever it is. hit me up. We can talk about it. I'll take you through. Naeda still, like I say, for me as a personal business shopper, like I've done for you before, ebintu mbigula, and then you will tell me your shipping agent, go preferring anga gwe kubanga nawe oba okoze research n'ogamba ntandise business, but I think I want this shipping agent to, you know, bring for me things because bamwogeddeko ebintu ebirungi, so that if you encounter any problem with that person, you can always come back for yourself and then you say, ono omuntu yampisa bubi, rather than
like
yes,
making you responsible for that.
For their,
yet you're not into shipping, you're just into the shopping business.
And yet you as a business person have to monitor your own business. Kati awomba nze nyingide business yo wentandika okumonitoringira ebintu byo gye bituuse. Okitegeera, now that is your business. You're part of, you know, the business that you have to handle as the business owner. Not being spoon-fed buli kimu n'ogamba mbu ebintu byombi kutuusiza paka Kampala, and then you just pick them. You will never know how they traveled.
But what if I want to be spoon-fed? Some of us are baby girls.
If you want to be spoon-fed, business ekulemye kubanga ekyo tekiriiwo. Yeah, you have to be neat, like oyina okubeera in that heat of the moment of Guy, ebintu byange sibiraba nawe n'okubako essimu nga you're frustrated, other than someone being frustrated on your behalf. Nga totegeera nakyayitamu, okitegeera. Nange nyina bakasitoma bange baba bankubira eno bintwala. So how do I now take responsibility for your business?
As well. Well, that's Mercy that you're going to be seeing on here several times. Joy you have seen and you love. Baba de bakumbuza. Where is Joy? Where is Joy? Where is Joy? So Joy is back. And the main reason as to why we are back, and the three of us, we wanted to share a female perspective of we wanted to share our own perspective on what's going on in Mugwanga. I feel like abana benaku zino, they find love at a very young age. Is it even love? Are they infatuated so early that they end up messing up? Detutawulira konga chichi. Masi watandika dila.
No. It's not about that, but like from a young age waberawo, you know those both things like a boy innocent of course. Oh, no, it was not no, it was not like that. It was totally not like that, but like I think love starts at a young age.
Yeah.
Yes, like
where the dormitory?
No, but you know me, I believe that love that kids be having, I feel like it's more legit than the love of adults.
It's proper, legit. So there is this Nalitwalimu primary around 5. So I would names withheld. So there was this boy Bambi. Nampandikira kachit, nete yampandikira kachit. Yampandikira kachit. And then when he writes to me this kachit, my other friend, who of course I'm friends with up to this day, brings it for me in P5. Kati yakandetanga tuli outside the classroom naye waliwo akablock, you know, in the nakaleta. So I'm reading it. Now above me there was a teacher.
Oli mu P5 so oli okomako wano wewa.
Yes, so teacher ali waggulu nga sinamulaba ndi ku kachit. Meanwhile this chit was like 3 sentences.
As you're
like,
blushing.
Like 3 sentences of hi, how are you? Like how was lunch? You know, it's not even like something serious. Nchasoma kachit kange. Teacher gamba, what are you reading, Mas? And this is what I do. I tear it and just throw it there. And then guess what this guy does? He constructs that.
He told you to pick the things and construct that.
He picked them himself now.
Red-handed.
Fix the puzzle.
Chokanga, there was nothing. It was like, you know, those innocent nayendoza omukwano gwe gwakoma kubanga teacher traumatizing. Engambo why? Kansoke nesonyiwa obulenzi.
I can't believe it. But you know, that is what used to happen back in the day, yeah? The cheats, the the decades
Yeah.
of listen to this song.
Yeah.
Or call me after 9 when mommy is sleeping.
At a
Or don't
writing
call.
pad, you people
Writing
write.
pad
Oh
and
my
perfume.
God.
With lip gloss kisses on that one, not
Yes,
like
then the
this.
pens that had glitter.
Yes.
This was such a good time. But these days,
The kids go full blown.
Yeah, adults.
But for me, I want to blame COVID because I feel like
yeah,
yes.
okay,
Before the pandemic,
people were normal.
This was me in total shock. Like,
no, but the pandemic brought about the whole thing of schools requiring kids to have tablets, phones, what.
Oh, to read
So now,
online.
like, people became more aware. Like,
We opened up a certain
on
portal,
TikTok,
yes.
they're informed tunga, they're on TikTok, of their full-blown TikTokers.
Proper
yes.
dancing and shaking.
Even
And when you
quiz
had to with
7.
numbers.
Yes, with very big
So,
numbers
because
and parent support.
I think it was like the other year, Christmas season, this parent who was beating her daughter, who was in SETA in Form 2, kuba yamkwata ne simu, nge simu ye she had sent nudes to one older guy, nga like mukulu, like she had taken nudes and sent the guy, bane mamwe yamukuba mufiirako.
Mumanye gye emigo bazadde baffe gye bakukubanga ne bakugamba kankwettire.
But first we were exposed only to a limitation of like our parents' phones. Atenga maybe na ya mapesa. So you ojib bachiro no text no. Please don't text me back.
And
it's my mom's phone.
This was something that wasn't everywhere. Like we used to call it blue movies. Like you get it. It wasn't everywhere, but these days everywhere on X, on TikTok.
Even on DSTV in the night, like late in the night, there are some movies that are really deadly. Like ngasa ota now, even not even like really late. Yeah, like it's arouse. Can you say that? It arouses emotions. Like I do not know if you understand now. When you're younger, of course, the emotions are more like over adolescent.
Raging.
And you're curious.
Yes, and that curiosity is fed by watching something like.
I'll come later to bed.
But whatever, even in our adult age, guy ovulating well, watch a romantic movie. Be there like this.
So by the way, when you first talked about blaming COVID, we were taken aback. But you're right. It brought about so much exposure, the tablets, the use of phones. But I want to urge parents that yes, if you can't afford it, give it to your child, but let the kids have limits. The YouTube, let it be YouTube Kids, and monitor what they're watching, because sometimes even the content on those YouTube Kids videos, or Julia Nogamba, where are they talking about it being okay, girl, or boy, and whatever.
And
so
then
you
those
quickly
things,
check
I
in.
think, have security features. Parents need to actually, if you go an extra mile and want your child to own something that is technical, you have to go an extra mile to protect it. Like go to do your research about security codes for different apps and then censor those things, because kids don't need that. Your child doesn't need to be on WhatsApp. What are they communicating with their with their friends who they see every day in class? Like Snapchat. Now there are kids who are on Snapchat. How are kids on Snapchat? Like you need to monitor that. Like how are you going to blame someone else for your own child?
Actually, your own failure.
Yeah.
You have failed if your child has a Snapchat.
Yeah, like umwana alimo P7 bwa aliku Snapchat, aina Snapchat account. However intelligent they are, you need to, really restrict that, because nobody
I love the
needs
fact that Mercy has brought out that aspect of, as a parent, you need to go the extra mile. It reminds me of, now for me, I'm a firstborn and I'm my parents' only biological daughter. So I feel like for them it was that pressure of, she's a firstborn and she's a girl. So I remember for me, sex education was as early as when I got my first period at 11, it was my dad that was home, my mom wasn't. So my dad literally took me through this is what a period looks like, this is what happens, and then he told me, and now if you do anything like with a boy or what, he didn't even tell me what, he just said, oh, if you come close to a boy like this, you can
it
get
is over
pregnant.
for you. Yeah.
So I'm there, and and I remember through high school it was mostly read your books, But then when I was in my Form 6 VAC, my parents did something that was crazy. But now that I think about it, I'm like, they really did go the extra mile. So bagula, like a whole sack of Irish, nech domola chabuto. My mom, because she had worked in the university since 1988, she had watched the evolution of HIV amongst youth, especially at the university.
Yeah.
So she said, abana babalimbira ku chips. and chicken. So she said,
Nagula
"Ogenda
kasawo.
lye chips,
eh.
n'enkoko."
Ozikowe.
By the time you go to campus, this is it for
It can't
you.
be chips and chicken.
But then also, they sat me through the whole thing of, now you're an adult and do you have the green light to date? Because there are parents who make it seem like they have that delusion of your child is 18, but you're deluding yourself, but they are not sleeping with anyone.
Or you could be 18 and not be sleeping with anyone. Yeah.
No,
Yes.
most times the parents are deluding themselves of whether it's happening or not. Like, don't be delusional to think it can't happen
can't
or
happen.
whatever.
Yeah.
So they just took me through, because obviously because they are born again, the obvious expectation was you're abstaining. However, you have the green light now to date. So my mom always said, if there's a guy you like or a guy that likes you and you guys start a relationship, let me know. All the people I have dated in my adult life, my parents
mom
have
knows.
met. Not just my mom. When my mom would take the information back to me, I was like, oh, let's meet him. Then they would meet him and say, no, or you're way younger. So, but because our kids now, post-COVID, are more exposed, I feel like this education needs to come from a younger age. Like your child is 12, 13, they're entering high school.
But open the portal.
That you're going to have a crush on a boy. If you have a crush on a boy, let me know. Then you as a parent, tactically, look at that boy and then be telling your daughter, you see that boy, don't his armpit smell? I think you should be dating him.
And also what parents forget is we need to remind our kids what the private parts are again. Since these days,
I saw someone actually teaching their children,
Show us.
these are my private parts, private parts. It was actually very funny.
Because they had
Don't
shoulders.
touch them. Don't touch them. Don't share them. There was some. It was very interesting that that guy kept on telling his child, these are your private parts. Don't show them. Don't share them. Don't touch them like that. It was actually very, very nice to see a parent
get on ground.
Yeah.
Because what we are suffering with is, with there's so much exposure on social media, people do not know what is private anymore. Someone is going to come out to tell you, me I want. So even the kids seeing it will think it's
normal.
I remember when Yara used, no, it's okay, what were you saying?
Oh, there's a babe on TikTok who does like lives in the night, like from 10 p.m. and she runs a brothel. So during those lives, she's advertising her brothel and the girls that work there and everything. And in my head, I'm like, is this even okay?
Isn't showing you what you will find.
No, like aleta nabaola like what in the background, and then she'll even describe the services involved, like a full-blown.
Isn't that like human? What is it called?
Trafficking.
I even think it's illegal,
like,
but
actually it's not low-key.
so your child at 10 p.m. is under the blanket scrolling through lives and then
they're exposed to exactly. We have to be extremely careful. Like Yara growing up in the initial stages, I used to always take a nabagamba. I struggle with maids and trust issues. So namutwalange machi nenga mwami senkubu gabera onakugamba, even the music videos that they watch, you understand, these are people who portray themselves using nudity. Like the only way you're going to fall in love with their songs is if you see them
honestly. Did
naked.
you watch Cardi B's new concert, the concert she was at? The way she was just shaking her bums.
when she was in that card
oh
dress,
my
like,
god, like she was,
I haven't seen it yet.
like she was literally upside down, like it was
Too much. And these are the things that kids are watching.
it was
out there.
too
So we
much,
have to
and
be
it
extremely
was
careful.
on TV, like it's not like it was hidden. Music videos zote
At
bazi
least
censoring,
wayakusachi,
I don't know why they don't do that, but they have to be censored, because you cannot, young children, omwana w'emyaka 5 nga alaba omukazi nga she's literally upside down nga the bums are like in the air.
After the songs be catchy, like a child can easily catch on to the
I know,
like
that's
TikTok
right.
friends, right? They become like TikTok friends. Then before you know it, your child is singing a song and you're thinking, no, Yara, no, that is not godly. So keep tabs on your kids. What are you exposing to? Oh, and the other thing is, before we actually move on to the gist of the whole thing, people think that loving your child is not grooming them or raising them right. My mother loved me immensely. Like those who know. Nayengo mukazi mukambwe. You dare cross that line that Omani, I have limits in life to an extent that you people, I would not lie. Omani go tuka kuchintwe, it's doable. nengamba mugulu yateekwa okuba ndaba ayinza okuvaayo n'asaamatu. I remember there's a 10 yankuba, I mean city parents nankuba n'ensalasala nze. I used to be extremely light, okay, not extremely, but nagenda ku ssomero nga nze nansaze. Reason being nali nangidde. I had a cousin, you know how you share clothes mugamba, even that top you're wearing is mine. Nantereka mami akomawo nandoopa ne bankuba. But that's just an example. Omwana wo mwagale but mukuze.
Yes.
Amanye nti lwaki oyambala banana shoes at this age. Lwaki kino tomanyi kukikola. Omwana mubuulirire musomese mugambe, like be tough on your kids. My baby, oh gosh.
And then there are also like that some parents, like for me, I feel like this thing rubs off wrong. Okay, it's good to know your child, but even tosobola kumanya mwana kubanga most of the time you're not with them. This child is at school, and then there are parents
and they have different personalities with you and at school,
and then they will swear that my child tasobola kola chintu wechiti. Do you know now there are so many parents who do it a lot. Now those kinds of
you're doing
things,
yourself a disservice.
You're doing yourself a disservice. Like, we always have a benefit of the doubt. And listen, like, it's not like other people are trying. Okay, there are people who are against you, but you've met a stranger. You've met a stranger. They've talked badly to a stranger. A stranger tells you, groom your child. Your child is really not. No muchukira no mugamba ani bichi nze omwana wange mumanyi. You know already you're showing your child.
These are the things you can't tell me. First of all, people, we've been complaining and talking to each other that we no longer have a village. Back in the day, kids used to be raised by a village. By village, anyone who could ngasobola ogunju. Nemubagoba, nemubagana. Tonkwatira ku mwana tomanyi gye namujja owange wa kachupa IVF bagitani kachupa ne batutiisatiisaawo. But let me tell you, me personally, I will groom your child. And if you do not want it, tomumpa. Era mbena onkugambe, no, do this, sit first, finish the food, or do this, and I will make sure it is done right, because we need a village. I would want to send Yara to you or to you or mungambire, because when ziyane chikugamba that I've seen that and I'm not working on it as a friend.
Like, because now my sister, okay, we are raising very, very entitled kids. Like,
so much one on a
they are looking at you.
You've empowered them.
So me, I see my sisters how they raise their kids, and obedo laba kati omwana asobola okugamba omuntu ekintu nawe omuntu nekikukanga nagamba, oh, like maybe this one is fat. That, okay, it's mubwana, it seems like she's just a child, know. Now Parv, you are a parent, for you, you're going to be like, no, because gomwana osobola chimukubira. Now there are parents who are just going to be like, mwana wange nawe mwana mutate nawe oli munene. You get what? Ugamba, sister, wait a minute. If it's okay, what do you mean your child is just going to, because they will say to someone else who is not your relative. And how will that person perceive it? What if that person is suicidal or, So it's, you really have, like, even parents being off. Meanwhile, there are people who are just naturally off.
Yeah, children are having children of late.
Yeah.
Like abana bato bali mukuzala. You're not ready to be a mom. You just love the idea of, let me get married, let me get pregnant, let me have a baby. This is my year to conceive, but you know nothing about raising kids.
Okay, they're even getting married. No, they're just having sex and having babies.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being a part of this. We love you. But don't go anywhere. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.